पीछे नहीं खड़े होते, जहाँ खड़े हो जाते हैं लाइन वहीं से शुरू होती है। I can talk English, I can walk English, I can laugh English because English is a very funny language.
Songs was I playing? Which actors' songs was I playing? Tell me in the chat box if you're able to see कि कौन सा mashup था. Saubana, thank you. Saubana, everyone. Oh, so sweet. Missing you a little too much today. Oh, God bless you. Anjali saying A, B. That's correct. These are all Amitabh Bachchan songs. Absolutely. I was wondering if some of you will recognize. Yeah, totally. Good morning, dear. Wish to have energy like you. Ye lo. Le lo energy. Usi ke liye to main aati hu. For that only I'm here. Mithunda. Nahi, ye Mithunda ke nahi the. Next week I'll play Mithunda. Good idea. Fabulous. Let me welcome all of you. Be kind and compassionate is asking how to remove toxic person from our mind if we unknowingly get their thoughts, as there is a lot of hurt associated with it. I think the most important thing to keep in mind is that when the minute you start to think about the toxic person, where is the toxicity living inside of you? So you have to start to have two thoughts, okay? One thought is, this is my memory, this is my past, this is where my hurt lives. And one is, this is my future, this is where I'm going and this is what I will create. And you have to learn to divert this untamed horse from living in its past to living in the future. So what I do is, whenever I start to think of someone who I am not having a great memory with, I ask myself, okay, to balance this memory out, what needs to happen in my future for me to heal? And then I think of, okay, if I was, let's say, called childish or child, very immature. I mean, I got married at 18, so these are words that were often used on me. Very childish, very immature, doesn't know what to speak. So in my future, what do I need for people to talk about me, for me to heal from these words? If someone said, wow, Puja, you're so insightful. Wow, Puja, there's so much wisdom in you. Will that heal me? Oh, yes. And I went on a journey to prove to myself, that I know I am not what I'm being described as. I know I am not what I'm being misunderstood as. How can I go on a journey to be able to feel closure on these words, okay? The same way, when that you are having that thought of whatever that toxic person did to you, can you come up can you use that toxicity and turn it into a lesson in your life? Like literally, I took all the words. Today I know that I'm one of the most generous people on this planet, according to myself, okay? I really can give. But there was a time when I was accused of being super greedy, right? So what did I do? I took that word greed and I asked myself, okay, I was accused of being super greedy. What can I do in my life that I start to feel like, no, that's not who I am? What are the words, what are the things I can say? And that changed my entire journey, you know. So how do you use this in your head? When you start to think of the toxic person, think of the hurt they created in you. Now think of what would need to happen for you to heal from this hurt. Who do you need to become? And take all of that negativity and turn it into a positive focus. Start to dream about a future where people are applauding you, where people are saying things about you which is the diametrically opposite. You know, the same toxic person has gone into a party and the only thing everyone there can speak about is how awesome you are. Can you imagine the kind of closure you will have? So how do you not associate hurt but associate a lesson with the toxic person will decide whether this person will create a fountain of poison inside of you or a fountain of lessons and gorgeousness inside of you. And that choice, that person is not making, by the way. So if you're busy blaming that person, it's not they who are doing it to you. Always you have to remember, we love to live in victimhood. So if you're choosing your victimhood, who's choosing it? You're choosing it. Why? Because it's just so much easier to live in victimhood and blame the toxic person rather than do something about it and make your life above the toxic person. You know, our vibrational matches are such where as we grow in life, the toxic person no longer can exist in our life because they are left far behind in their vibrations. You can look back at your life at someone who used to be toxic but doesn't exist in your life today. What happened? You moved on. You evolved from that space. Yeah? Oh wow, you know that also. Lovely Gupta is saying Kishore Kumar's voice. Arey wah. Acha, that bit I did not know. Image designer Sau Bana, super excited for tomorrow. Oh, for all of you who are joining Awakening July, I'm so excited. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you're all watching the videos that we are sending to you every day. Kashish, love your energy as usual. It's coming all the way from there to Raipur. Oh, how nice. Raipur, God bless you. Looking lovely as always. Thank you. Today onwards, I'm going to be starting to go to my office. Puneet has made a beautiful office for me. Inside his office, I have been operating from home. As you can all see, ये मेरा घर है. घर. This is house. So I've been working from home since COVID and I was resisting making an office because of unnecessary ke jana padega, aana padega, all of that. But ab mujhe lag raha I want to get out of the house. So today I will be going to office and I will be sitting there the whole day. So for all of you, the next Insta Live, next Wednesday, I will try my best to do it from my new office and show you that. Okay? And all of you, please pray for me. Send me good wishes ke your office works for me. You have become oxygen for us. Oh, that is so sweet of you, Nisa. Love to see you. How to come out of stress and anxiety. I think I love to, you know, whenever I'm very stressed or I'm getting very anxious, I actually like to make a paper on what are the things I'm stressed and anxious about. Okay, once I have it on paper, I like to on that list put what are the things that I can control, what are the things that only the universe has to give me and I have to just be patient about it. Okay, so let's say I'm getting anxious about my delivery tomorrow. So then I can prepare. That's what I can do. But will it go right? That trust I have to gain from the universe. Right? So that combination is what helps you actually relax your stress and anxiety. Do what you can and then learn to have the faith and surrender that whatever will happen is the right thing for you. If it goes right, that is also right. If it doesn't go right, also it's the lesson you need to learn for you to become as big as you have to. If I had not made the mistakes the last 10 years, the mistakes I made, could have I reached here? Would that have been possible? Absolutely not, right? So the same way you have to start to ask yourself that if every mistake is actually leading me to my best future, then do I even need to remain stressed and anxious? You know, these days because of the new Sisterverse getting launched in January, some of you already enrolled for the next 6 months, but that's only my inner circle. It's not open to the market yet. in January, I open up Sisterverse to everybody, right? So then we will start to take enrollments and all of that. And when that happens, so next 6 months, I'm doing a lot of experiments. And I can tell you every morning I fail at something. These days, failing is my new winning because I'll do some experiment, wo nahi chalega, so what? And I'm just loving that I am building a personality that can have the bandwidth to handle so much failure. You know, I think one of the traits of a successful person is कि उनको डर नहीं लगता है इन चीजों से, या डर लगता भी है तो they know how to overcome it. So Aarti, my darling, I would love for you to start to develop a personality where you start to say जो मेरे हाथ में है उसको मैं 100% करूंगी और जो मेरे हाथ में नहीं है उसको मैं totally God पे छोड़ दूंगी और पूजा करूंगी. You know, just a simple prayer morning evening that भगवान जी अब ये आपके ऊपर, मैंने अपना 100% दे दिया है, अब आप अपना 100% डालो. एंड रिमेंबर, गॉड जी इज द काइंड ऑफ पर्सन, अगर तुम अपना 50% डालते हो तो वो अपना 50% डालते हैं, तुम अपना 80% डालते हो वो 80% डालते हैं, तुम अपना 100% डालते हो भगवान जी भी 100% डालते हैं. ओके, सो भगवान जी इज वेरी स्मार्ट, उनको पता है किसको कितना रिवॉर्ड करना है. और अगर कभी 100% नहीं डालते वो सिर्फ इसीलिए है क्योंकि you've gotten too attached to your goal. Anytime we'll be overly attached to our desires or our goals, then God ji removes it from our life to tell us that no, don't think like this. Whatever will happen will happen for the best, and that's the base attitude of a manifestor. Yeah. Tambe Mohite, how to deal with husband's aggression and aggression in kids, and how to inculcate good values in kids, and how to make the home very peaceful and a harmonious home. You know what? I don't think it's a one day thing, but it's a journey you have to go on. You know, it's a journey that you have to go on where you have to start to respond better when people speak better and stay away from conversations when the wow, I can see so many gray hair when the you know, things are not going your way. So you have to start to look at in your life where whenever they speak badly, like for example, if my son is not talking to me the right way, I will tell him, sweetheart, whenever you can talk to me the right way, come back and speak to me. I want to sit down and understand what you're trying to say. But as you speak in this tonality or with these choice of words, andar hi nahi ja raha kuch. So you know what? I'm not going to be able to understand. So I'm going to let the storm pass. Let him shout, scream, whatever, and let him go. I'm not going to put fuel to the fire. I'm going to either add water or nothing. At some point, the storm has to pass. Once it's passed, then I don't mind sitting down and asking them, you know what, in our family, we have started to speak very rudely to one another or in a very aggressive way to one another. What can we do to not make that happen? You know, how can we operate with one another? Whenever somebody starts to get angry, what is the right way to approach them? So in our house, nobody speaks to nobody in that manner. So if I start shouting, Puneet will just say, you know what, whenever you're calmer, let's talk it out because I want to be intelligent about it. But when you speak like this, I can't receive you. I do the same to my kids. And maybe in the beginning, they'll get even more angry when you do this. But you know what, it's fine. The only thing is you cannot choose to respond to wrong. Because to respond to wrong, you have to become wrong. And if you become wrong, if somebody is shouting and you're shouting back, guess what? Why are you shouting? Because both the hearts have closed. How do you know someone's heart is shut towards you? The volume goes up and the ears shut down. The louder someone speaks, you should know their ears and heart have shut down. That's why they are feeling the need to scream on top of their voices, because they feel like, because theirs is shut down, they are thinking yours is also shut down, so you can't hear them, so they get louder and louder. When someone's heart and ears are shut towards you, do you want to get louder or do you want to retreat? My suggestion is retreat. The louder someone speaks to you, that's the time for you to retreat, not to get louder. Right? And then when you retreat and you let the storm pass in whichever manner it passes, when that person comes back to you, now in a calm demeanor, you can have a better conversation. Okay? What we do is we decide to, at that point, teach them the lesson. Don't talk to me like this. How dare you speak to me like this? You know what we are doing? We are speaking to them exactly how they are speaking to us, but expecting different results. Nahi hoga na? I am Viranchi. Good morning, ma'am. I want to ask you how to sustain happiness for longer periods of time. I've noticed I become happy for a short term and then again I keep searching for happiness. How to be content? Viranchi, firstly, no one can be happy forever, right? So what happens is that whenever you will do something that creates happiness, that you will, our happiness is like a nuclear reactor. It gets created due to the things that we do that fulfill our desires, our joys, right? So whenever you will do it, for some time you will feel happy and then the happiness will shut down and then you need to go looking for more. Because dopamine has that thing in it that you need to keep increasing the dosage for it to keep impacting you. So how to be content? Be content with your past. How to be for your future? Ambitious for your future. So content in your past, ambitious for your future. And how do you increase your happiness? Start to celebrate the things that you achieve. Celebration, if you see in every religion, you will see celebration. Whether it is Christmas or Diwali or Eid, what are they doing? They are teaching us to elongate happiness, right? So I want you to start to have a celebration style. So let's say, like for me to celebrate, I love going shopping for new clothes. So it is something that even every religion will tell you, or you can have a party. You can open a glass of, I don't want to promote wine here, but okay, you can do something that gives you joy, right? You can go for a movie, you can do a bhangra, you can write thank you messages to 10 people who supported you in achieving the goal. You can share it with someone who's happy in your happiness. All of these things help us celebrate, and the more we celebrate, the more we take deep our happiness. Now, happiness lives here, sorrow lives here. Sorrow has a lot more depth than happiness. Now, we want to live life by reversing this. We want to keep sorrow superficial and we want to take happiness deep, right? How do we take happiness deep? The more time, energy, effort, focus we stay in our happiness, the longer, the deeper it becomes. What do? When we are happy, we say, how are you feeling? I'm fine. Okay, that's our response when we are fine. But if we are having a headache, we'll give the other person a headache while explaining our headache, right? Because we think in the world somehow speaking negative is allowed, speaking positive is not. I watch all of these plays in which the guy can come and give one slap to the woman, but if they show a kiss, it's like wrong. Married couple can't kiss, but if he slaps her, that can be shown on screen. I'm always wondering, like, at which point did we think that it's okay to show as much negativity, but positivity we hide ke kahin nazar na lag jaye. I wanted to get over this whole nazar thing firstly. That is also very, very important, and I explain nazar a lot in Awakening program and all my programs. So that's what I would love for you to do. Start to take your happiness deep by staying in it for as long as you can, and start to take your sadness just superficial. That means you only speak in one sentence when you're speaking. Mahatria teaches this very beautifully when he says, anytime you're explaining something good, use 5 sentences. Anytime you are adding negativity through your words into the world, say it in 1 sentence. That means if I want to grumble about, hey, aaj itna traffic tha, I can only say 1 sentence. But if I want to explain how my son wrote the most beautiful note to me yesterday, that I can take 3, 4, 5 sentences, because that's a good thing I'm putting out in the world. So start to use your language in a manner where it starts to build your optimism and reduce your pessimism. Sindhu Manoj, how to overcome negative and abundance of money. You know what? As you actually start to overcome your negativity, you'll start to see the abundance opening up. So having clarity towards how much money you want, and then every single day opening up your self to being a more generous, graceful person is always a good idea. One of the things I always recommend around abundance of money is called the money letters. Dear money, I'm so excited you're visiting me. You know, my whole house becomes so much more cheerful when you come. It becomes so much more easy for me to love people when I have more money, because then we start to go out for dinners, we start to go out for holidays. I'm able to fulfill all the wishes and desires. So thank you so much. I promise you I'll keep you nicely. Every time you come, I will keep you in an organized manner in my purse. I will give you the respect you deserve. I will not hold on to you. I will make sure that I spend you in the right things for the right people. The more you can build a new relationship with money, the bigger your abundance portal becomes to open up. And if you want to go really deep in abundance with me, then just know that once you finish your awakening program with me, I take you on a 1-month journey of opening up your energetic money portal. Okay, this is one of my favorite things that I do. So I'm going to highly recommend to you, get on to my 21-day money manifestation challenge. Okay, that only happens for people who are graduating from my awakening program. So find out from Gunjan, there's a phone number below this video, that how can you join the program. Yeah. आप कितने प्यारे लग रहे हो. I love Hindi, so thank you. Super excited about GBDA. Woohoo! All of you, I will see you tomorrow. Even I'm super excited about GBDA starting. Rather, I've tweaked the course a little bit because a lot of you are coming back to repeat it. So you're going to love what I share with you tomorrow. Fussy Mom Karu 07. I'm not able to express myself when I'm explaining anything. I'm always short of words. So Fussy Mom Karu, I want you to start to understand one thing about yourself, which is that for a lot of us, when we are in a situation of high stress where we have to speak, we tend to actually shut down. So for you, it's always good to go back and speak when you are a little more clearer on your thought process. Okay, so you can actually rehearse, start to learn to rehearse situations in your life. Okay, I remember there was a time when I didn't have the confidence to go and speak. I remember Jack was asking us some questions. This is my teacher, Jack Canfield. And he had asked some question the previous day that we were supposed to answer the next day. My whole bath, my whole evening, I just kept repeating the answer in a manner because I was so conscious of my English. I was so conscious. I was so underconfident. And I remember the next day when I spoke, because I had rehearsed it, it became so much easier for me. And over the years, because of the amount of rehearsing I have done, today it flows naturally out of me. Okay, so I want you to know that you can get over these blocks by re-examining. So let's say today I experience a situation where I freeze when I'm being spoken to because I'm not able to express what I want to say. But later on, it comes to me what I should have said. Then I rehearse it. कि अगली बार इस same situation में I should not have the same hesitation. I should know what I want to speak. And the more you will practice, the more easier life will become in expression. The more you will not practice, the more you will keep getting blocked. This blockage will only keep increasing if you don't kill it here. ठीक है? Pat a Cake by Shikha. Whenever I try to think something good or positive, I get bad through about my loved ones. I get bad thoughts, I'm going to guess, about my loved ones. Then I get stressed and I stop thinking good also. How to overcome that? So our brain has two minds, okay? One is the mind which likes to think good, and then there's a mind that has to show us the opposite. Why does our mind show us the opposite? Because we live on the earth plane. The earth plane's job is to understand opposites, okay? It's called the plane of duality, which basically means that if there is good, there is evil. If there is kindness, there is cruelty. If there is day, there is night. If there is light, there is darkness. So the world that we live in is the earth, the plane of duality. So whenever you will have a good thought and the bad thought comes, I want you to know that if we kill the bad thought will start to come in our dreams. Because the mind needs to process both sides of the coin. So if you're thinking of your success, it will also show you what can go wrong. Because that's how intelligence works. Intelligence needs us to understand the whole picture. When we are focusing only on half the picture, we won't be able to be intelligent about it, okay? So let's say that I am imagining myself on stage with 5,000 people in the room doing a fabulous job. Now, as I'm imagining that, in my imagination can come, and while in the middle of my talk, I have forgotten what I was supposed to say. So I'm having a negative thought, but I'm intelligent enough to say, and then suddenly the point comes and I restart. Okay? Because everything is happening in my imagination, and who's the controller of my imagination? Me. Okay? And then I imagine myself walking in this beautiful gown on stage. And then I imagine myself tripping and falling over with my face flat on the stage. What is happening? I am imagining the good and the negative is backing it up, right? But I'm not giving any importance to the negative. I'm not giving it any bhav. I am going on imagining positive, positive, positive. A time will come where I will train my mind so beautifully to focus on the positive that the negative thoughts will either reduce in size or start to disappear. With me? Able to understand? Yeah? So from today onwards, when you have the negative thought, I want you to, instead of resisting it and saying, oh God, I don't know why I have these negative thoughts, let me not think positive if negative is going to happen. I want you to start to say, oh, monkey mind, you are also in action. All right, I'm going to think positive and I'm going to let the monkey keep doing whatever drama it wants to, but I'm not going to give it any importance. Not my monkey, not my circus. I'm not going to give it any importance. And you start to train your brain to focus only on your good thoughts. Every single day, every point of the way, we are choosing which thought we want to indulge in. Start to, you know what is an evolved person? They indulge on the good thoughts of their life. You know what is a negative or a non-evolved, unevolved or ordinary person? The one who chooses to think about the things that the monkey mind is giving. Now, if you think you're a smart person, my suggestion is build the faculty, and you have to literally build it, okay? It doesn't happen naturally. You'll have to build the faculty to every day start to go, do I want to feed my monkey? Because my monkey is saying, Pooja, aaj to kuch galat hone wala hai. So, do I want to feed this monkey? Or do I want to say, अच्छा monkey कह रहा है कुछ गलत होने वाला है, कुछ ठीक भी होगा. Let me notice क्या क्या ठीक जाता है आज. And I make that option or that as my choice. Remember, God gave us the biggest gift of our life, which is choice. He said, I will put all kinds of thoughts in you. The one that you focus on will become your life. You want to focus on anger, you will become an angry person. Your life will look angry. You want to become a good person, I will give you good thoughts. You focus on that, that will grow. Your garden will look beautiful. It's always up to you how you want your mind's garden and your life's garden to look like. Yeah? Hi Pooja, you seem a little low on your energy. Hope you are doing fine. Really? Oh, okay. I don't know. I feel like people only can see my energy from the angle that they are coming from. So I'm not sure what you are seeing, darling. But I have a feeling that, you know what, whenever you are discussing toxicity, whenever you're talking about negative situations or negative thoughts, you can't be high in energy because the vibration of this conversation is here. So if I start to talk in a happy manner about toxic people, it will look not in alignment, okay? So you have to be really careful that when you're talking deeper stuff, your energy must settle and you must explain to the person opposite you in that same manner, okay? So in case you're feeling like my energy is not high, ask me a high energy question, you'll get it back, yeah? Please suggest 2 books that one should definitely read. One of my favorite books that I always recommend is The Ant and the Elephant. Another book that I always love, like one of the books that I follow very closely, is my mentor's book called The Success Principles. I think these are 2 super fabulous books. If you want me to add a few more, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, another book that I simply love. The Secret, if you haven't watched the movie or gotten that book, that's a great book to put your hands on to. There's another book called The One Thing. I love that book called The One Thing. Also, I've been introducing lots of books from the beginning of this year. So what I'll do is, let me see if I can compile top 10 books of Puja and put it on the stories. I had one from last year. If I can try to compile one for 2023, which are the books I've recommended, and then you know, you can have a look at it in my stories, yeah? Oh, so sweet. Thank you. Yes, God gave me to you and my good thoughts, and now my garden is flourishing day by day. How lovely. So sweet. Life coach Alma Healer. We know my neighbor is not in a good state of mind, but they keep pretending that all is well. I think I can help, but they keep doubting you and testing you. So one of the things we have to understand, Alma, life coach Alma Healer, is that we can have the capacity to help people, but only they get to choose us. So can I help people? Why should there be 424 people here? Why shouldn't there be 4,000 people here? Because you have to choose me. I can't choose you. You know why I show up every Wednesday? Because I can't let the people who have chosen me down. So Alma, look for people who want to be helped by you rather than going for people that you think you can help. Okay? We can only take the horse till the well. We cannot make it drink the water. Correct? Same way, you have to always remember, it's not our job to choose who will get healed by us. It is their job to choose us. Okay? Okay, let me go right to the bottom and see what's the... How long do these Insta live recordings be available? Oh, they are available to you forever. I'm going to post this whole video on my page so you can go back and watch it as many times as you like, sweetheart. Can you speak in Hindi? Of course. I love to speak in Hindi. Kabhi kabhi chance nahi milta. I can't find Gunjan's number. Gunjan's number is 7823988142. 7823988142. If you can just call this number for any of your queries, you can handle that. Okay? Surjot, how to make a kid emotionally and mentally strong? Wow. I think for me, one of the ways that I work with children whenever I have to is giving them the permission to make their own decisions, right or wrong. If you want your children to be emotionally and mentally strong, you have to let them build the muscle of decision making. A lot of us parents, what we do is for the first 15 years of our children's lives, we make all the decisions for them. So what is their job? To obey. Now when they turn 15, 16, 17 and now we are saying you are a grown-up person, you should make your own decision. They didn't develop that muscle at all because we didn't allow it. When they wanted to wear the yellow t-shirt for the birthday, we said, "Chhi, wo to gandi hai, green pehno." And we have made all their decisions for them. So if you want the child to be emotionally and mentally strong, first allow them their decision making. Then allow them to make mistakes. I think one of the things as parents we do is कि mistakes करनी क्यों देनी है इनको जब हमारे पास इतनी wisdom है, let's put our wisdom onto our children. No. I would rather your child not study, fail, learn the lesson and study next time than you force him to study every time the test happens. Once and for all, let him fail. No, I used to always tell my children, नहीं पढ़ना मत पढ़ो, fail हो जाओ. एक बारी class repeat करोगे, अगली बार खुद अक्कल आ जाएगी. Now I know what I'm saying can be extremely controversial for a lot of you because your child's marks are actually your marks. For you, your child's trophies and medals and everything is your trophies and medals and everything. But you know what? I would rather your child fail in the environment, the safety of the environment you create, than he fails in the real world when he grows up. So the more the failure you allow your child as a younger person, the more confident he will be in the outer world. The more he is scared of making mistakes in the house, which is a safe environment. Worse, kya hoega? This is a safe environment. School is a safe environment. The first 15-20 years of our children are so orchestrated that we must let them take big risks in safe environments. Environment is to be safe. So anytime your child is asking you to do something risky, like I remember if my child wanted to go cycling in the lane, the security guard used to go after him. And I used to wonder when we were in Delhi, and I'm a Delhi girl, I used to cycle from one colony to my cousin's house in another colony at the age of 12, 13, 14. Definitely don't recommend it anymore. I don't think our cities are as safe as they used to be. But I used to tell my security, what are you running after him on the cycle? He's on a cycle. Aa jayega वापस थोड़ा तो जाने दो. We have started to overprotect our children. There used to be a time where all of us used to go play in our colonies. Today, do you know what happens? Children go down to play in the house. There will come a time where they will not even be able to go down to play. They're going to play inside the house. So we've shifted all of our energies into overprotecting our child. Everything has become about, everything has to be sanitized and safe. We have taken away the childhood of the child somewhere, you know. So I think allowing your children to be messy, dirty, all of the things that teach us in life, you know, doing destructive things sometimes, spilling water sometimes, all of that builds their personality. I remember hearing this story, I don't know if it's true or not, but Einstein's mother received a letter from the school, and the school said he's too slow for us to keep him, and he's not smart at all, not intelligent at all, and so please do not send him to school because he needs to be put in a special school. And Einstein's mother, as she read out that letter to Einstein, who was barely 4, 5, 6 years old at that point, read it out in a manner where she made the child believe that the letter said that you are too smart for school. That we are not able to cope with him because he has such a unique way of thinking and he's so intelligent and you're so smart that, you know what, we won't be able to keep you in school. So from today onwards, you will not be going to school. I will train you. And she changed that whole thing around. Can you imagine the kind of upbringing a child would have if the child actually believed? You know, I'd heard this sentence, which I always love, is that it's not that the children don't believe us when we abuse them. It is that they actually stop believing in themselves. It's not that they don't believe us, it's that they stop believing in themselves. So putting that belief into the children, when they are emotionally, and if you want them to be emotionally and mentally strong, so important. Having said that, honestly, as parents, we are all trying our best. So I also always say that you will always leave your children with parent wounds. Know that also. Even if you did your best, my children today can turn around and say, Mom, but you didn't do this and this, which is true. I'll have to accept it because you know what, while I tried my best from the limited understanding, imagination, resources, experiences I had, I can't be perfect. No parent is. And I think that's also very important, understanding that there are some things they will learn in our environment and there are some things they will only learn when they rebel from our environment and move on to another environment. Hai na? What to do if my husband is cheating and has changed into a homosexual? You know what, I think whether your husband is cheating in a relationship in whichever form, everything will need to be dealt with, okay? Now, I'd love for you to start to follow a lady called Esther Perel. She has a lovely video on in today's world, what does this whole cheating thing even mean? You know, is the person cheating on you, or is the person right now so lost in their life that in the process of wanting to reinvent themselves, they need another person to help them, support them, reinvent themselves, okay? And so a lot of times what we do is we take cheating personally, while we have to start to look at cheating, that what exactly is he looking for? And what do I want to do about it? Am I the kind of wife who wants to leave him because he's cheating, because that is an unacceptable, non-negotiable? Or do I want to stay for the sake of the kids? Or do I want to stay for the sake of society? Or do I want to stay, build myself 2 years and really work on who I am and then move on? Remember, same cheating, every wife will have a different reaction. And we should never judge the wife's reaction because her reaction is coming from her experiences. Some women will choose to stay because they don't have the power to leave. They were not just with the man for love, they are also with the man for the economics or the providing that he does. They are also with the man because they have nowhere else to go. If that's your situation, then you have to come up with a plan where you can work on yourself for at least a good 700 to 1000 days. And you become so strong that when you do leave him, you know you are now ready to leave him. So it is about you going on your own journey to be able to heal yourself. Otherwise, you'll become an extremely bitter person. And while he would have done the wrong, you're going to become the person who will become unlikable or unrelatable because you'll become so negative. True? Now, as far as homosexuality is concerned, it's a conversation by itself, my sweetheart. So I don't know enough about it to be able to comment on it. I am just someone who believes that, you know what, cheating, whether done from a man to a woman, man to man, or any other form is cheating. Okay, so that portion you will have to get someone as an expert to come and guide you on that. What do you do when your partner moves to a completely different gender altogether? For me, handling it feels similar, because whether it is with a man or with a woman, the hurt in me is the hurt in me. That doesn't change because you're cheating on me. Just that it gets a little complicated because I don't know how deep your understanding of homosexuality is, and how do you deal with that as a situation. Do you bring him out in the open and you know, does he move on? Do you address it with him? I think professional help here will be very, very helpful for you, because some of the things can get a little more complicated if you try to handle them without the knowledge and the understanding that you may need for this kind of a topic. Okay, what happens when someone shifts? I know Kim Kardashian's father decided to become the mother after some 40 years of being father. I can't even imagine like how complicated that must have been. But there are now experts who understand the whole biology, chemistry, and everything. So I do believe that you need expertise, help, proper help from someone who's a professional. Okay. Please tell me, I want to attend tomorrow's program. Oh, tomorrow's program is already fully full. We have over 1,200 participants joining tomorrow, so we don't have any space left, but you are more than welcome to join it the following month. So if you want to join the August batch, just call up Gunjan. She'll invite you for a beautiful masterclass. Come attend my 3-hour masterclass. I think it's happening today evening, and join Awakening for August. Yeah. Ma'am, even I'm in Chennai. I would love to meet you, ma'am. So anytime someone wants to meet me, you need to belong to my level 3. My level 3s, you should have gone through my masterclass. You should have gone through my 1-month program of Awakening. And you should be in my level 3 programs. If you're in my level 3 programs, we do a lot of meets and greets, and we have these graduation ceremonies where people come and all of that. So anybody who's aspiring to meet me, you need to aspire to be in my level 3. Yeah. Millie Joban Putra. Hi Pooja, what do you think is the impact of AI in the coaching industry? Could you please share your views? You know, like all technology, I do believe that the way forward is to own and accept that AI is going to replace a lot of what we do in coaching. Okay. I don't think 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, knowledge, just the way what YouTube did for us, right? So at one point, the only way for you to receive knowledge was to go to a coach. Today, you can just Google how to get over my stress and anxiety. 100 videos on YouTube will help you with that. Yet you are coming to a live person. So what does the coach give that the AI can't? Energy, transformation. If YouTube could create the transformation, I would be jobless. Correct or no? Because what I believe is that beyond knowledge, if knowledge could actually change our mindset, then all of us would be healthy. Because what do you need to be healthy? You know, you need what? You know, you need to exercise, you need to eat better, right? But are we, just because we know we need to exercise and we need to eat better, do we all do it? Why? Because there's no energy in that information. So what do we as coaches give people? Energy. What else do we give people? The ability to transform by actually creating a relationship. When we are connected, we have intention. When we have intention, intention creates energy, energy creates transformation. So you have to start to understand, Millie, that earlier on, the job of a coach was to give knowledge. Today, we are in an overload of knowledge industry. There is too much information. Rather, people are getting confused at what is true. Is coffee good for you? Is coffee not good for you? Is chocolate good for you? Is chocolate not good for you? Is little bit good? Is dark chocolate good? There is just too much information. So then what is the job of a coach? Can I tell you what is the job of the coach? The word is trust. Now we want information from someone we can trust. So while we will get all of our information from YouTube. You want a reconfirmation of which part of this is true and which part of this is not true with a person that you can trust. So building your trust and building your energy are the two things we in the future are going to get paid for. People will want that physical touch, that physical energy, that energy of the person, so that they can, how many of you after my Insta lives just feel more pepped up energetically? Isn't that true? You know what's happening? Because energy flows top down. So whenever you will meet a higher energy person, you will see your energy getting enhanced. Whenever you will hang out with someone negative, you will see your energy getting drained. Okay, so you want to become very choosy of the people you surround yourself with, because we become the average of the 5 people we spend most time with. Having said that, I want you to start to go into the thing of, okay, if AI had to give all the information going forward, that means my job is completely replaceable. Then what can I do what AI can't do? Okay, and now when you answer that question for yourself, you are going to start to learn that we actually, people are not joining us for the knowledge. Everything that I give you in this 1 hour, you can Google with a touch of a button. True or not? Then why are you here? You are here because I open up parts of you that AI can't open up. AI can't do the work I do, which is me and you having a relationship of trust. Every word that I speak, you, because you are already in a relationship with me, it easily goes in and you are able to execute. You know, I have so many of my clients who say, Pooja, my husband said the same thing, I didn't listen, you said it, I was able to do it. How? Because you don't trust that man. You feel he has a personal agenda with you. You feel like he's manipulating you. Same thing I say, you have full trust. Where there is trust, there is transformation. With me, Millie, I hope you're able to understand. So just know that we have to absorb AI. I'm going to start to use AI for my clients itself. I'm going to say, you know what, you research on this, come back and ask me your doubts and questions. Let me help you process all the information that you're able to get. So make AI your friend in the coaching world, not the one that is going to replace you, but the one that is going to complement you. So how beautiful it is, because you know what, we can never become smarter than AI. AI's ability to process 1 million bits of information at dash speed is way greater than us. So, you know, when computers came out, they said people are going to get dumber. Didn't happen. When computers came out, we started to use the computer and humans became smarter because of the computer. So remember, human plus tool is always smarter than the natural. So a tiger, or sorry, what's the fastest? Cheetah. A cheetah can run fast, but a human in a car can go faster. Okay? A bird can fly amazingly, but a human in an aeroplane can fly further, right? The same way, a human with AI will become 10 times more powerful, and our coaching industry will reach a place of such heights because now human has a tool, and that tool and human is always greater than just the human or just the AI. If we can come together complementing. I hope this has given you a clearer picture of where we have to go and how we have to own AI. I've started to use ChatGPT for everything. If I'm preparing a presentation, if I'm doing any work, and you know what, for me, it is a reconfirmation of everything that I'm thinking as my points. ChatGPT tells me those 10 points and adds another 5 of its own. Wow, what used to take me 2 hours, now it can be done under 5 minutes. It has given me 1 hour 55 minutes now to put in my personal stories. Personal stories AI can't tell, no, of my life. It helps me put in, you know, so many things that only you can do, you do, and the things AI can do, let AI do. Okay, that was a long answer. I don't know what you were expecting, but I got a bit carried away because I'm very excited about AI, as you can see. Who is Gunjan? Gunjan is the girl I want you to be in touch with in my team for you to come and join any of my courses if you're interested. Otherwise, Insta Live it is. I come here free every week. Happy to help. Oh, so sweet. Somebody had already answered. Okay, let me go right to the bottom. Ma'am, how to deal with anger? You know what? I think I want you to create a new relationship with your anger. Every time you see your anger rising, the first question I want you to ask yourself is, what in my surrounding is happening that is not meeting my expectation? The only time we get angry is because something is not in our control. Something is not happening according to how we want it to happen. Okay? So that's the first question. What is happening in my surrounding that is happening against my wishes? Right? So once you're able to identify what is creating or triggering the anger, now I want you to ask yourself, you have three options with anger. One is, why should things happen only my way? So we call it the deep acceptance route, where you can start to go, you know what, everyone has a choice to do things their way. If they didn't do it my way for a change, it's fine. And you can just choose to let go of your anger because you've accepted that, okay, if it had happened my way, I would have preferred it. But if it didn't happen my way, it happened their way also is okay. And you can let go of that anger. The other one is communication. So you don't want the deep acceptance, you want the communication style. Okay, instead of using this anger as an expression, can I use this anger as feedback? Can I give this person feedback because I'm getting feedback that they are not doing things according to me? So instead of getting angry, can I supervise them? Can I communicate to them how I would like it done? Sometimes all my husband needs from me is communication. Instead, I give him anger. So what I'll do is, let's say he's come back home and he's removed his dirty shoes on my carpet. I'm just taking a random example. And I can go and say, oh my God, you always remove your dirty shoes on my carpet. This is where I do my puja. 1,000 times I told you not to come with your shoes on. And he's just looking at me, कि यार इसको क्या हो गया? Right. But instead, what if I choose to explain rather than express my anger? So I go, sweetheart, कितनी बारी बोला है मैंने आपको कि ये जूते यहाँ नहीं उतारने. आओ, अब उठाओ उनको. चलो मेरे साथ, मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ किधर उतारने हैं. Can you see how different my communication is? Okay. And then one is the non-negotiable. Let's say my husband turns around and says, I'm sorry, मैं तो यहीं ही उतारूंगा. तू जो मर्जी कर ले, मैंने सुननी नहीं तेरी बात. Okay. Now I have to go inside and ask myself, how do I want to operate with this person who has refused to listen to me? If it's a non-negotiable, let's say my husband is, let's take any example by my husband. Let's say the husband is cheating, right? Okay, it's a non-negotiable. I have no choice, but I have to take action on leaving. If it is a non-negotiable for you, right? Or anytime you are in a situation where the other person is refusing to do it in your way, sometimes all you have to do is set consequences. Okay, then you have consequences to face. I will leave. I will inform your parents. I will inform the children. I will inform society. I am going to distinguish you. Whatever you want to do, right? So what are the three steps of anger? One is deep acceptance. One is communication. And one is taking action or creating consequences in case that's very important for you, right? So these are the three methodologies. Another thing with anger is you have to learn to process your own anger. That means the minute you start to feel angry, you know, we all have, whenever Kali Mata, like I like to say, starts to rise within us, we can start to feel her energy at least 5 to 10 minutes before we actually lose it on people, right? So when you start to feel it itself, if you can nip it in the bud, if you can on the chingari itself put the water, how will it turn into a flame, correct? So what you can do is actually start to absorb. Okay, I love to do deep breathing. One of the things I've noticed about deep breathing is the minute you start to get angry, your heart starts to pump faster. The minute you start to deep breathe, you start to control the pumping of your heart. It's impossible to get angry if your heart speed does not go up. So deep breaths, okay? You will start to see your ability to control your anger and you becoming extremely powerful because of that. Another way I do it is I just go and hide myself in the bathroom. I can see कि अगर मैं उनके सामने बैठे रही, उस situation में बैठी रही, तो मैं अपने आप को संभाल नहीं पाऊंगी, भागो. So I run away from that situation, give myself 10-15 minutes, splash water, cold water on your face. Actually releases different chemicals in your brain that don't allow anger. If you just dip your face in cold water, they say especially ice water, it changes your entire brain chemistry. So just splash cold water on your face when you're feeling angry. You will start to see your anger subside. So you can handle it psychologically, or you can even handle your anger physiologically. Yeah. So your physiology, you change, your anger settles. Your psychology, you change, your anger settles. So you want to see how you want to deal with your anger. Yeah. Okay, so on that note, we are already on 10:56. Let me quickly read to you guys who the winners of Unlocking the Golden Cage is today. That's my book, for those of you who don't know, who participated in the challenge of, what is the challenge? You sharing my photo on your story with what was your biggest takeaway from today. What's that one lesson you learned? And please don't forget to tag me Puja_Puneet so that I can share it in my stories too. Yeah? Awesome. Sometimes I don't get an opportunity to read. There's so many comments. I have to keep answering and keep moving on. Sometimes I just like to sit and read all of the such beautiful things you all say and such beautiful things you add to what I would be saying. All right, got it. Now let me just quickly read out. The winners of the week for my book from last week are Dr. Sween Saini, BU4U01, and Simul Nissa. Massive congratulations to all three of you. Please expect my book to be couriered to you this week at some point. I'm so happy for each one of you who takes the effort. I know it takes a lot of effort to take the picture, post the takeaway, post it in your stories, tag me. Not easy, but for all of you who do it, 1,000 kisses. And for those of you who won last week, that is so fabulous. I'm so happy you've received the book. And for those of you who won this week, super duper congratulations. On that note, let's quickly take the picture so that then we can all run. For this week's with the cup. Awesome. Thank you everyone for coming. Loads of love. Have a fabulous day, a beautiful week. And for some of you here, I will see you tomorrow morning. Yeah?